Hello everyone, I am your host Ayushi Sethia and welcome back to our channel Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn how we can add the Google Form responses to Mailercloud contact list automatically. So the idea here is that whenever you receive a response in your Google Forms, automatically the details of the customer should be added as a new contact to your Mailercloud contact list. For this, we need to create a connection between Google Forms and Mailercloud. So this will be helpful in creating your customer database or for targeting your correct audience or for the customer follow-ups purposes. So in this integration, we are using two software applications. The first one is Google Forms, which is a form building software application. So in place of Google Forms, we can even use JotForm, Pabbly Form Builder, Paperform or any other form building software application. And the second application we are using is Mailercloud, which is a cloud-based email marketing software. So in place of Mailercloud, we can even use MailerLite, MailChimp or any other email marketing software. So how we are going to create an integration between Google Forms and Mailercloud? This we will be learning in the further steps of the video. First, let us check this in the real time, that how this complete process works automatically. So this is the contact form which I have created using Google Form, and this is my Mailercloud contact list where I have just 5 contacts over here. So now I want that whenever this particular form is filled, automatically the details of the customer should be added as a new contact here in my Mailercloud account. So I'm just going to fill this form. Let's give the first name as Adam, last name as Smith. I'll add the mobile number over here. Let's add the email address as adamsmith 785@gmail.com and let's click on submit. Okay, your response has been recorded, so the form has been filled. Now let's check our Mailercloud contact list. I'm just going to refresh it. Let's go to the contacts section, and here we can find that a new contact is created over here named Adam Smith. So now here you might be wondering that I just filled the form details over here and automatically the customer is created as a new contact here in my Mailercloud account contact list. So how did I manage to do this? Let me tell you, this has become possible just because of the automation and the integration process. So in order to create an integration between Google Forms and Mailercloud, we are going to use a software application named Pabbly Connect. So basically, Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software which will help us in integrating Google Forms with Mailercloud automatically. The best part here is it doesn't require any coding skills or programming knowledge. Even a non-technical person can use this software application very easily. So first we have to create an integration between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect is going to capture all the form submission responses, and using those details of the customers, automatically the new contacts will be created into your Mailercloud contact list. And in this way, we are going to learn that how we can create an integration between Google Forms and Mailercloud using Pabbly Connect. So let us learn the integration process now. For this, let us type Pabbly, pabbly.com in our browser. This is the website of Pabbly. Here we have to come to products and click on Pabbly Connect. This is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. As you're the first time user, you have to click on sign up for free option. You can create your own account in just 2 minutes by clicking on this option. As I already have an account with Pabbly Connect, I'll simply click on sign in. In the all apps section, come to Pabbly Connect and click on access now. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we have to create a workflow. For that, come to this plus sign and click on create workflow. Now here we have to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as Google Forms to Mailercloud integration. Here you can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on create. Now here we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this use case, we want the form details to be captured from Google Forms. So open this trigger window. Here in the choose app, let us find Google Forms. In the trigger event, we have to select new response received. Now here we can see a webhook URL and some instructions are also mentioned. So let us read the instructions. Google Forms responses are collected in Google Sheets. So follow the below steps in order to get the new response. Go to the form on which you want to take the submission and make the last question as required for the trigger. Switch to the response tab and click on create spreadsheet icon. Okay, so let's move to the Google form. So this is the contact form which I have created using Google Forms, where I have asked for the first name, last name, mobile number and email address of the customer. Okay. So now here we have to make the last question required for the trigger. So I'm just going to edit this particular field and we are going to make this particular question as required over here. Okay. Now here when we go to the responses tab, here we can find 0 responses. So in order to capture the response, let us click on this I button, click on preview. Okay, and here we are going to just fill up the form details on the name of some customer. Let us give the first name as Shikha, last name as Arya. I'll add the mobile number over here. Okay, and let's give the email address as shikhaarya22@gmail.com. And let's click on submit. Okay, your response has been recorded. So the form has been filled. Let's move to the Google form. And here in the responses tab, we can find one response captured. So now we want to capture this particular response into the Google Sheets because the Google Forms responses are captured in the Google Sheets. For that, we need to come to this 3 dots, click on it. And here we have to select response destination. Click on it. Now here it is asking to select the response destination. You want to create a new spreadsheet or you want to select the existing spreadsheet. So I want to create a new spreadsheet and the name would be contact form responses. So if you want to change the name of the spreadsheet, you can change it over here or else just simply click on create. Okay, linking to spreadsheet and the spreadsheet is linked. Now in order to access the spreadsheet, we have to come to this green sign and click on view responses in sheets. Okay, and here we can see that the responses are captured in this particular Google Sheet. First name as Shikha, last name, mobile number and the email address. So now we want to create an integration between this particular Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect. For that we have to come to the extensions, click on add-ons and click on get add-ons. Now it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we have to search for the Pabbly Connect Webhooks option. Select Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now you have to install Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system. As you can see that it is already installed on my system. I'll just close this window. But make sure after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. Okay, I repeat, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. Okay, now once the Google Sheet is refreshed, go to the extensions and this time come to Pabbly Connect Webhooks and click on Initial Setup. Now here it is asking for the webhook URL and trigger column. So it is the same webhook URL which we have seen in Pabbly Connect. So I'll just go to Pabbly Connect and from here we are just simply going to copy this URL. We'll go back to the Google Sheet and we are going to paste the same webhook URL over here. Now it is asking for the trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here you can see that I have the data from column A till column E. So I want the data to be captured till column E. So I will give the trigger column as column E over here. Okay. Say if you have the data till column G and you want the data to be captured till column G, so you have to give the trigger column as column G over here. Okay. So let's click on send test. Test data sent successfully. Okay. And let's click on submit. Okay. Now again we have to go to extensions. Come to Pabbly Connect Webhooks and this time come to send on event option. Click on it. Now why we are selecting this option? Just because next time whenever the response is received in this particular Google Sheet, Pabbly Connect will automatically capture the data. We don't have to link the data with Pabbly Connect again and again. So make sure you have a tick mark on send on event option. Okay. So now we have created the integration between Pabbly Connect and this particular Google Sheet. So let's move back to Pabbly Connect. When we scroll down, here we can see that the data is captured and the response is received. Okay, and all the details that we have received through the form submission are captured over here. First name, last name, mobile number, email address, spreadsheet name, and all other details. So now we want that using all these details of the customer, automatically a new contact should be added to the Mailercloud contact list. So come to this action window. Here in the choose application, let us find Mailercloud. In the action event, we have to select add contact to list. Click on connect. Click on add new connection. Now it is asking for the API key. So you can find API key under your Mailercloud account. Navigate to accounts, then integrations, and click on API integrations. Okay, so I'll just click on API integrations over here. And here we can find the API key. So I'm just going to simply copy this API key from here. We'll go back to Pabbly Connect and we'll paste the same API key over here. And let's click on save. And now the Mailercloud account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to select the list. For that, I'll just take you to my Mailercloud account. So this is the dashboard of my Mailercloud account. Here we have to come to the audience option and here we can find the list. Click on it. Now here you can see that I have created several lists over here. If you want to create a new list, by clicking on this create new list option, a new list can be created. I have already created a list named Google Forms Contacts. So I'm just going to use this particular list. Here we have to come to the contacts section. Now here you can see that I have created just 3 contacts in this particular list. So now I want that all the Google Forms contacts should be saved to this particular list. For that we need to select this particular list in Pabbly Connect, that is Google Forms Contacts. Okay. So all the lists are captured over here. Here I am going to select this name, that is this particular list, that is Google Forms Contacts. Now here we have to map the email address of the customer. So we have already got the customer details from the form submission here in the trigger. So we are just going to map all these details now. So I'm just going to scroll down. Here we have to map the email address, that is shikharya22@gmail.com. Here the contact type, I want to select it as active over here. Let us map the first name from Google Forms, that is Shikha. Last name from Google Forms and the last name is Arya. And let us map the phone number also. Okay. So we have mapped all the details now. We don't have the country and city details, so I'm just leaving it as blank. If you want to map all the details, you can map it over here. Okay. And let's click on save and send test request. Okay, and here we can see the responses received. So now let us check our Mailercloud contact list. I'm just going to refresh it. Let's go to the contacts section. Okay, and now here we can see that a new contact named Shikha Arya is added to this particular contact list. So in this way, we can see that our integration is working fine. So let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us save this workflow first. Data saved successfully. Okay, now we have to check this in the real time. For that, we have to create one more test submission or a Google form submission on the name of some other customer. So I'll just go to the Google form and here I'll just click on this preview button once again. And let's give the first name as Avi, last name as Gupta. I'll add the mobile number over here. And let's add the email address as Avi Gupta 789@gmail.com. Okay, and let's click on submit. Okay, the form has been filled. So now let us check our Mailercloud contact list. I'm just going to refresh it. Let's go to the contacts. Okay, and here we can see that Avi Gupta is added as a new contact here in our Google Forms contact list in Mailercloud account. So in this way, we can see that our integration is perfectly working fine. So let's move back to Pabbly Connect and I'll minimize all these windows and let us see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. So first we have created an integration between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect has captured all the details through the new form submission. Okay, and using those details of the customer, automatically a new contact is added to the Mailercloud contact list. And in this way, we have created a successful integration between Google Forms and Mailercloud using Pabbly Connect. So not just these software applications, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. In case of any queries, you can connect us to this Pabbly forum. To check the pricing details of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this particular URL. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect and this workflow is available in the description box. You can clone the same workflow into your account directly. If you really like this video and this video are helpful for you, then please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone.